Currently, there's nothing that incentivizes guests to come back to the platform, which I think is really strange. What's up, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Noble is Global. My name is Noble, and today I'm going to tell you why I'm excited about this Airbnb bust situation. Let's get right into it. Okay, so as a host, I know you're probably thinking I'm crazy because you're like, why would I be excited about having to lower my nightly rates, dealing with a drove of people leaving the Airbnb platform, and just overall low occupancy rates? And I'm here to tell you that this is actually a big opportunity for the Airbnb platform to kind of reset itself. So going straight into reason number one is the commodification of hospitality. There's a lot of venture capitalists that have gotten into Airbnb and have really diluted what this platform was meant to do. It was supposed to differentiate itself from the hotel industry by providing unique experiences in people's homes. So it was supposed to be a cheaper alternative. It was supposed to put money in the pockets of the little guy instead of these larger corporations. And what did they do? They got into the housing market, created a deficit because now all of them have been converted to short-term rentals. And now they've treated customers like literal cows. These venture capitalists are just like squeezing the milk out of them for some money and trying to just bring them in like a factory and then take them out of the conveyor belt, not really giving up about the guest experience. And I just think that's wrong. It's gross. And it's just, I don't know, it just cheapens the brand of Airbnb. But now that we have this reset, when they start to lose money because reviews count more than ever, and when people have the choice in front of them to support these kind of Airbnbs, it's really going to force the cream of the crop to rise to the top. That kind of rhymes. And this goes right into my reason number two, and that's Airbnb is oversaturated with a lot of bad hosts. There's just some people that really have no business renting out to other people. They make them wash dishes. They're making them do laundry. I'm like, what is this crap? I've never had my guests do anything. They're like, oh my gosh, what should I do during checkout? And I'm like, nothing. Just turn off the lights. That would be a big help. If you want to help, you can totally put the dishes in the dishwasher if you haven't already been doing that. But my cleaners are going to take care of it because guess what? You're paying a cleaning fee. I'm paying somebody to take care of that. I'm hearing so many horror stories from like these guests, and I'm like, what kind of people are you renting from? It's just kind of like, it's mind-boggling. And Airbnb has, honestly looked the other way because they're trying to please their shareholders and their investors. They're interested in turning a profit as a publicly traded company now. And really, they just need hosts to process a booking, and they'll just deal with as many customers as they need to so they can keep charging that service fee. And I think that's wrong. I think Airbnb really needs to clean up their act on that and have a more stringent process for hosts to maintain their presence on the platform. Could you imagine like how much better that would be if Airbnb would actually just like remove all the bad hosts so we're not having to compete and let good hosts be? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you want to hear more about entrepreneurship and travel. Last but certainly not least, I believe Airbnb has a unique opportunity here to reward good guests. Currently, there's nothing that incentivizes guests to come back to the platform, which I think is really strange. Booking.com has reward points, Delta, Amex, all of these things. I'm like, but Airbnb, you've been around for like, what, a decade, and you still haven't created some sort of reward system outside of the fact that if a guest has a 5-star review that they can insta-book. Like, that's so strange to me because it's like, you could do that at a hotel. Reward great guests that consistently get high scores with lower rates. Like, I would totally support that because these guests are coming onto the platform and they're making my job easier. It's easier on my cleaners. They're not causing a mess. They're not being fussy, things like that. It would be such a joy to like honestly honor those kinds of clients. And I don't think Airbnb is doing that. They're just like, wait, let me quick buck. Now, I'm gonna give you an example. When I had this one guest, he came through. It was just him. He rented out my whole house. He did not even open the doors to the other rooms. Like, the beds were made up. He didn't, like, he wasn't excessive. It was just kind of, I was like, wow, this dude is really cool. Like, he could have very well slept in every single bed. That would have been his right because he rented out my whole house. But all he did was sleep in that room. He still made the bed and he washed the linens. Now, that's going like way above and beyond. Wow. But those are the kinds of people that I think deserve to get the best rates on Airbnb. And I think if we start rewarding that ecosystem between a guest and a host, it's going to be so much better. It's such a joy to why can't I say that? It's such a joy to get great guests. Whew. finally, exceptional hosts that are doing what they need to do are going to be rising to the top. And this is where all of those folks that are in it just for a quick buck and really have commodified the heck out of Airbnb and this experience that is supposed to be hospitality, this is where they can exit. And I think this is just going to facilitate that exit, and it's going to make it a lot easier for great hosts that are killing it on the platform, maintaining their superhost status, but also providing incredible value. This is where they're going to thrive. So that's why I'm excited about this Airbnb buzz. I can weather the storm. And if you can too, I would say go ahead and get into this business because it's fun. But if you're here to just make a quick buck, if you're not really interested in the experience of the guest, I personally don't recommend Airbnb. So if you are experiencing lower occupancy rates or, having to lower your nightly rate for the time being, I promise you it's going to be worth it because Airbnb has some real soul searching to do. And unfortunately, when they're turning a profit and people are loving the platform, it's not the easiest place to do that. It's not the easiest place to look in the mirror. Airbnb has some really bad PR to clean up. But if hospitality is something that you enjoy, if you really love hosting, if you just really care about the guest experience, the money will come. And I can say that personally. The last thing I'm going to say about this is Airbnb really has no choice but to fix these issues because they're just a search engine. I tout Airbnb, I talk about Airbnb, I'm really happy with the platform overall, but don't own properties. They're not doing operations. They're collecting a fee and they're listing properties and driving people to their platform, which is already, it's a big thing, marketing these places, and it's provided a lot of opportunity. But at the end of the day, they're just a search engine. And where they don't pick up the slack, Google will. There's other ways to list your place. VRBO will. Booking.com will. So yeah, they got to get their shit together. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Tell me what you all are thinking in the comments below. I'd love to hear it and respond to it. Thank you, and I'll catch you all next time.